Beste kijker, welkom bij Café Weltschmerz. In the middle, I'm going to switch to English because we have a very special guest here all the way from Australia. Maar voor nu vertel ik jullie alvast wat we hier gaan doen vandaag. We hebben hier een hele speciale gast, helemaal uit Australië. Dus we gaan in het Engels dit interview doen. Zij is van Global Walkout en daar gaan we het over hebben. Welcome, Monica Smit. You initiated the Global Walkout and you're here today to tell us about that. So yes. Thank you very much. I've heard a lot about it. It's an initiative. I don't think we've had something like that before on such a big scale. So before we dive into the details of that, I really want to know more about you. Who are you? How did you come to this? And what did you experience before this that led to this?
Sure. Well, firstly, thank you for having me. And in case your audience doesn't know, my dad was born in Holland. He left when he was 11. So this is obviously the land of my forefathers. So it feels really good to be here. And actually, the day I arrived in the Netherlands was the 1-year anniversary of my release from prison. So wow. It really felt... Actually, I almost cried because I crossed the border from Germany to Netherlands and I realized that it was the anniversary and I was like, wow, it's amazing 1 year later to be in my homeland where my grandparents were in the war and things like that, and it just felt really good. So
it's very symbolic.
It was really, and my dad is traveling with me and so we were both quite emotional realizing this. But anyway, excuse me. So anyway, we'll go backwards. So in Melbourne, Australia, your audience might know that we had the worst lockdown in the world, actually. We had around 270 days of lockdowns and there was one period there that was about 4 months during winter and the lockdown was so extreme. It was you couldn't leave your house for any other reason except for what the government would deem essential. You couldn't exercise for more than an hour, even though no one can police that. You couldn't leave more than 5 kilometers. It was just
only
horrific.
Buying essential products.
Essential products. Yeah. You had to have a paper. If you were an essential worker, you had to have a piece of paper to prove it. It was horrific. And it was during that time I was like, what am I going to do? People are angry. They've got all this anger inside of them, but nowhere for it to go because you can't protest, you can't leave your house, it's cold, you can't go outside, there's no sunshine. And you don't have to be a doctor to know that that is really unhealthy to have all that inside of you. So I thought